Our speaker is Christina Heart. She's a sound therapy and energy medicine practitioner, a Reiki master teacher, an interfaith minister, and therapeutic writing instructor who's been involved in the healing arts for 3 decades. She's developed programs for hospitals, health and wellness centers, resorts and spas, massage therapy schools, and therapeutic writing programs. And she was diagnosed with EGPA 10 years ago and created a sound therapy program to assist her with healing. We will learn about sound therapy and sound therapy technologies, meditation using sound therapy, heart-focused intention, and heart coherence. And she'll teach us a simple heart-centered breathing exercise and guide us in a live sound therapy session. And this is an experiential webinar, and we will all experience the power of live group sound therapy together. So having said that, I want to welcome you, Christina.
Well, thank you so much for your introduction, Kathy, and thank you all for joining us today for the Sound Therapy webinar. I am honored to be here and excited to share sound therapy with you. As Kathy mentioned, this is an experiential webinar, and we'll spend most of the time actually experiencing a group sound therapy session together. So I'll keep my presentation brief, so we have lots of time at the end of the group session to allow for sharing experiences and for Q&A. I have been involved in the healing arts and health and wellness for 3 decades and have an active practice. I was diagnosed 10 years ago with Chug-Strauss EGPA with lung and kidney involvement. Prior to being diagnosed, I was a very healthy person and had no previous personal experience with any serious illnesses. I had never even heard of vasculitis, so I had no idea what to expect. At first, like many of you, I'm sure, I was shocked and in disbelief and thought, well, this has to be a mistake. How could this be? How could I be so sick? I do everything right. I eat well. I live a healthy lifestyle. And health and wellness is my life's work. I was pretty sick at first with a lot of the symptoms. I had pneumonia, could hardly breathe. I had the purpura rash. My legs and feet were so swollen that I could hardly walk, and I had stage 3 kidney disease. But once I accepted the fact that I did indeed have EGPA, I had to figure out quick how I was going to get well as soon as possible. I was blessed to find a great team of doctors who confirmed my diagnosis fairly quickly and implemented a treatment plan. And I am so grateful to the Vasculitis Foundation, who put me in touch with a few EGPA patients who shared their stories and helped me tremendously in the early days. During my EGPA sabbatical, I call it, I initially created the sound therapy program to assist me with my healing process. Sound therapy is a natural, gentle, and non-invasive form of energy medicine that heals on all levels: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Okay. The principles of working with sound in the healing process are frequency, vibration, resonance, and harmony.
Yep.
Sound therapy delivers delta waves combined with soothing music that gently guides us down to deep delta, the state that is associated with boosting serotonin, melatonin, endorphins, DHEA, and HGH, the human growth hormone. And it is also proven to reduce cortisol, the stress hormone. Sound therapy, together with heart-focused intention, quickly and effortlessly brings us into a state of heart coherence, whereby your heart works synergistically and in harmony with your brain and all of your organs and body systems, including your cardiovascular, your nervous, your immune, and your endocrine system. So there are many forms of sound therapy that use different methods, technologies, and instruments like singing bowls, tuning forks, gongs, etc. and they all share the same common goal. The One Heart Wellness Sound Therapy uses binaural beats, brainwave entrainment, and Solfeggio frequency technologies that effortlessly guide us to reach deep states of relaxation, to relieve stress, promote health and wellness, and to create balance in our lives. So as you can see, the binaural beats diagram, binaural beats plays one frequency in your left ear and a slightly modified frequency in your right ear. And this causes your brain to create a third frequency that helps you relax effortlessly. So brainwave entrainment is a scientifically proven brain stimulation process that causes brainwave frequencies to synchronize, allowing the mind and the body to reach a deeper state of relaxation. Solfeggio frequencies make up the ancient scale thought to have been used in the sacred music, including the beautiful and well-known Gregorian chants. And all three of these technologies work together in the background, and they are overlaid with soothing music and pleasant sounds of nature. Meditation using sound therapy. Sound therapy effortlessly guides us down to a deep meditative state where you can direct your attention and your intentions on healing and renewal. Science has proven that our thoughts and emotions directly and immediately influence our biology, our biochemistry, and our health. We can consciously influence and direct the body's output of health chemical information through meditation and visualization techniques. Sound therapy can assist us to reach a deep meditative state quickly and easily. So heart coherence. Heart coherence is a naturally occurring state that can be initiated on demand to reduce and manage stress. Heart coherence is a synchronized and empowered state physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually that allows us to be our best selves. When we are in a coherent state, virtually no energy is wasted because our systems are performing optimally and there is synchronization between heart rhythms, the respiratory system, blood pressure rhythms, etc. We achieve heart coherence with the help of heart-centered breathing and with the sound therapy technologies. Heart intelligence is the flow of intuitive awareness, understanding, and inner guidance we experience when the mind and emotions are brought into coherent alignment with the heart. Our energetic heart is our access point to our heart's intuitive intelligence. Heart intelligence is initiated by the amazing heart-brain connection. The heart communicates with the brain in four major ways: neurologically, biochemically, biophysically, and energetically. The heart's electromagnetics are 60 times greater than that of the brain and affect every cell in the body. The heart's little brain acts independently of the cranial brain, and it learns, remembers, feels, and senses. The heart has its own sophisticated nervous system to qualify it as the little brain in its own right. The heart has 40,000 neurons and has short and long-term memory. 90 to 95 of the nerves connecting the heart to the brain are ascending, meaning that the majority of the information travels from the heart first and then to the brain, and not the other way around. These scientific facts about the amazing heart-brain connection are compliments of the Heart Math Institute. Heart-focused intention. Our thoughts and our feelings influence our biology and can directly affect our health and wellness and how we feel, for better or for worse. Thoughts and feelings are frequencies that we can control and direct by putting our heart into our intention. That is what we call heart-focused intention. So be thinking about what intentions you would like to set and what you want to ask for in the sound therapy session. You may ask for anything, and yes, you can ask for more than one thing. Ask in your own words and be open to allow and to receive. You cannot do this wrong, and you will be prompted during the heart-centered breathing exercise when to set your intentions into motion. The heart-centered breathing exercise, which is, we start the sound therapy session with the heart-centered breathing exercise, is a simple, easy, intuitive exercise that gets us out of our heads and into our hearts to access our heart's intuitive intelligence and to initiate and direct our heart-focused intentions. Again, you cannot do this wrong. We'll start the sound therapy session out with the heart-centered breathing exercise, and then we will transition right into the sound therapy audio. For our group session, you may use your computer or your phone, whatever works best for you. As a reminder, if you're using your phone, remember to change your settings so you won't be interrupted during the session. Kathy already mentioned that you must use a stereo headset or earbuds to experience the full effect of the sound therapy technologies. And if you are listening with speakers, you will still have a pleasant experience, but you just won't receive the healing benefits of the technologies. Not to worry, you will have an opportunity to listen to the session later with your stereo headset or earbuds via a link. We will all be listening to the sound therapy session audio at the same time, in sync, connecting heart to each other. The group connected heart to heart creates a powerful group dynamic that results in increased flow. When the audio ends, take all the time you need to come back to the physical and present moment and return to the webinar. After the group session ends, please come back and use the chat function to share your experience and use the Q&A function to post your questions. I know this goes without saying, but I need to say it anyway. Do not listen to sound therapy while driving, operating equipment, or any activity that requires your undivided attention.
Those are all really good points.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do have to say things that you don't think you have to say. So we appreciate that you said that.
Well, I actually had one client that, she was so excited. She listened to the audio on her way home, and while driving, she almost fell asleep.
Oh, no.
Not
all right.
Good.
So
now, do
we
have the audio?
So we appreciate everyone hanging in with us today while Jen works on getting that site. She's going to pull up the exact site that if you happen to watch this as a recorded file later, you will link to that site anyway, just to make sure you have the best sound possible. Welcome back, everyone. I'll give you a minute to bring yourself back to the end of the program while Christina rejoins us. And I did want to say that this is the time at which you can use your chat box at the bottom to share your thoughts and experiences from listening to the sound therapy, and also to add your questions. There is a Q&A box at the bottom, and Christina can take a few questions. We realize we've run a little bit over time, but we're also going to give you her contact information if we don't get to all of your questions. But any of you that would like to put questions in the box, go ahead. Christina, did you want to say anything while we're waiting?
Sure. Thank you, Kathy. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed the the sound therapy session, and that you may be inspired to incorporate sound therapy into your daily routine. I know it's helped me tremendously over the years. So, with that being said, I would like to gift all of the members of the Vasculitis Foundation, to include patients, caregivers, staff, etc., access to my sound therapy program for free, absolutely, for life. Since we have this health challenge for life, you have access for life.
Well, that's wonderful.
Well, I'm honored to do it. I hope it inspires you to incorporate it into your daily routine and take what I call the 30-day challenge. And once a day, make a promise to yourself to listen to one session every day. There's a 30-minute session, a 60-minute session, a quick 10-minute reset session, and a deep delta loop session. And if you click on that link, and Jennifer will be sending an email out with these links if you don't have anything to write with to get them down. If you click on the link, oneheartwellness.one, try, it will put you right on the page where all the audios reside. Make sure you bookmark that page, add it to your phone, add it to your desktop on your computer. All you've got to do is press a button and you can listen to a sound therapy session when you need to.
Well, that's amazing. I was waiting for some questions, but I think everybody's so relaxed. We got a lot.
That's what I'm hopeful for.
Yes, we got a lot of comments in the comment box where people were saying, thank you so much for your generosity. And Jennifer actually just put the website right in the chat box. So if anybody wants to grab that link while we're still here, you can do that. I will tell you that I have a question that I can ask you while we're waiting.
Wonderful.
Should we be focusing on our breathing while we're doing this, or do we just relax and let the sound take over us? I was torn as to which to do.
Right. Great question. Let your breath flow naturally. You did your sound therapy, your introduction in your heart-centered breathing exercise. You dropped into your heart. You put your hands on your heart, so you activated that open heart and that setting of intentions, and then just let it flow. Every day will be different. You're going to receive what you're supposed to receive. Always try to stay out of your head and into your heart, and just let it flow and allow and receive.
Great advice. I feel so relaxed now, and I guess so does everybody else, because there are no other questions. But I will say that there will be a follow-up email, and as Christina said, her contact information will be in there. If you have questions, be sure to reach out to her. There was one person that did say, I did struggle with staying out of my head. Does it get easier? That's a good question, actually.
It is a great question. And yes, with practice, it does get easier. You'll be amazed. If you do this for 30 days, and once in a while your life will get in the way and you'll need to skip a day. Just get back right back up, like you get back up on a horse when you fall off, and do it for 30 days, and you will be amazed at the results. It will help you so much. It will, sleeping pills. I think I see a question about sleeping pills. It will help you with sleep. If you listen to that deep delta loop, that will just loop and loop and loop and loop. It won't stop until you wake up and turn it off. And I've had folks who had insomnia for years who have listened to that, and with immediate results, they start to sleep through the night.
Well, for everybody, and I didn't say this at the beginning, but I do the other webinars often do mention that I'm also a patient living with vasculitis. We all have periods of time with various medications that we are struggling to sleep. So this is a great alternative to some of the other things that we've maybe tried or want to try. So I love having this in my toolbox, so to speak. One of the other questions that is, what is the difference between a sound therapy session like this one and healing crystal bowl therapy through sound?
Great question. The crystal bowls are just another tool. Like I mentioned earlier, they're doing the same thing that this audio is doing. It's working with frequency, it's working with vibration, it's working with resonance and harmony, and it's more physical. Usually you have to be present with the bowls to get the full effect. However, sometimes audios of bowls have worked well. I've heard that they have worked well, but it's the same. It's whatever method hits you in the heart and you resonate with. That's what you should use. One's not better than the other. It's just whatever you're guided to use and do.
Well, I think that is all for our questions today. And actually, since we've run a little bit over, I think we will say for everyone else that if you have any questions, reach out with the contact information that you will get in the follow-up email. I'm sure Christina will be happy to help you. And of course, I can't thank you enough, Christina, for spending your time with us today and teaching us a new method of relaxing and maybe helping all of us deal with our vasculitis. Learning to be calm seems like such an important message. And thanks so much to our sponsors, Novartis, Amgen, and AstraZeneca. We couldn't put on the Vasculitis Foundation webinars without their support. So we thank them as well. Christina, did you have any final thoughts?
No, I just want to thank everybody for their time and for joining. I was honored to share the information, and please do join the free program and start listening to the audios on a daily basis. I think you'll really be amazed at the results. It will help you. It helps me. I'm a patient, and I've had a couple of flares in 10 years, and the sound therapy helps get me through. So my email address, I think I'll throw that up in the chat as well, and you'll get that in the link. Reach out to me. I'd love to hear from you. And I'm just honored to share the information with you.
Yes, and I just got a great comment from Elizabeth, which this is, I can relate to this so much. She said, a great tool for infusion sessions. Oh my gosh,
you are not kidding.
what a great idea. I just had 8 weeks of weekly infusions, and I should have had something like this. That would have been great.
I used it for my infusions for Rituxan. So it does work well. Works well because it's energetic. It does not discriminate. And I know it sounds too simple to be true. It works on everything at some level.
Very interesting. So I did want to mention that Christina has offered her sound therapy program free to all Vasculitis Foundation, include patients, caregivers, everybody, and that's really generous of her. It will come in, information about that will come in the follow-up email. And also, this is a live webinar, but we recorded it. So we will have up a version of this with a link to listen to the actual audio file in case you have any friends you want to share that with. We'll have that up on the Vasculitis Foundation YouTube channel soon. And thank you to everyone. And with that, I will say goodbye for the day. Enjoy your sound therapy.
Thanks.